Coming from democracyforward.org, suit filed by Quaker Meetings against Trump administration's new policy enabling ICE to enter houses of worship. In first suit of its kind, Quakers asked court to halt immigration authorities from enforcing in and near houses of worship religious gatherings. Suit alleges new policy violates the First Amendment and other bedrock federal protections. Once again, Quakers standing on business. I'm here for it. Today, a coalition of Quaker meetings, which includes the oldest Quaker meeting in the world, filed suit in the federal court in Maryland to block the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, from its abrupt shift in policy that enables federal immigration enforcement officials to enter houses of worship for their immigration enforcement actions. The policy is already sowing fear within migrant-friendly congregations and has led to cancellations in worship services out of fear, the complaint states. The suit alleges that the Trump policy violates the First Amendment and other protections. Plaintiffs represented in the legal challenge by Democracy Forward include Philadelphia Yearly Meeting of the Religious Society of Friends, New England Yearly Meeting of the Religious Society of Friends, Baltimore Yearly Meeting of the Religious Society of Friends, Adelphi Friends Meeting of Religious Society of Friends, and Richmond's Friends Meeting of the Religious Society of Friends. For decades, the United States has protected sensitive locations, including houses of worship, from immigration enforcement activities out of a concern that such activities restrain people from receiving essential services and engaging in essential activities such as worship. Despite these long-standing protections, the Trump administration's DHS has reversed course, and now immigration enforcement operations can be conducted in protected areas like churches and religious ceremonies such as weddings and funerals, limited only by DHS's instruction that they use common sense. The suit alleges that presence of armed government agents at or near meeting houses is disruptive to plaintiffs' ability to freely associate and worship. The suit also alleges that the abrupt shift in policy violates the federal law's prohibition against agencies of the federal government acting arbitrarily and capriciously. A week ago today, President Trump swore an oath to defend the Constitution, and yet today, religious institutions that have existed since the 1600s in our country are having to go to court to challenge what is a violation of every individual's constitutional right to worship and associate freely, said Sky Perryman, President and CEO of Democracy Forward. Our team is honored to represent Quaker meetings that have been at the forefront of protecting values of religious liberty for centuries and will urge the court to act swiftly to halt this unlawful and harmful policy.